The week before Easter is typically one of the busiest for property auctions across Australia, and this year was certainly no different. To break down the important numbers, we're joined this afternoon by Emily Rayner, property editor at view.com.au. Emily, good afternoon. How did the auction market perform ahead of the upcoming long weekend?
Tash, we saw a huge week of activity. 3,146 homes went to auction nationwide. It's the biggest week of auctions since just before Easter last year. But despite the volume, clearance rates did take a hit, falling to 64.8%, which is the lowest we've seen this year outside of January. And it could be attributed to Trump's tariffs.
OK, and was there a trend consistent in both Melbourne and Sydney?
Yeah, Melbourne had the most auctions, but it was well down on last year's pre-auction Easter volume. Clearance rates also slipped. Sydney saw the biggest week since Easter 2022, but demand didn't quite keep up. Adelaide was busy, but clearance rates dropped, and Brisbane had low volume and just 57% sold. You can also see the ACT had some strong numbers, but only 41% cleared, which is the lowest since 2019.
Emily, so much speculation at the moment about interest rates and whether the RBA will cut the official cash rate again. Looking ahead, what can we expect over the Easter break?
We can see that volumes will be dipping significantly. There will be around 635 homes sent to auction next week. But then there's a big pickup the week after, with numbers expected to rise around 1,050 across the nation.
And finally, we love a bit of colour from Brisbane with real estate markets. So a rain-soaked auction delivered an incredibly strong result.
That's right. In Camp Hill, 6 bidders hunkered down inside a lounge room that was pouring outside. Everyone was competing for a post-war home on Lloyd Street, and it's sold to a developer for $1.92 million. The property sat on a massive 809 square metre block, and it's been held by the one family for its whole life. The agent from Place said she first appraised the home 13 years ago, and the vendors were just blown away by how much values had risen. It was sold without a price guide, which speaks to the demand for land in that location in Brizzy.
Bet you they are glad they held on to that property. Emily, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Tash.